To anyone out there who's about to comment, you're wrong, that happened in the book, it needs to happen in the movie. Before anyone writes that, let me go ahead and just say this at the very beginning of the video. I have never seen this movie until now. I've owned it for a long time, and now I finally just sat down and watched it. And I've never read the book. So I know nothing. I'm going into this movie blinded. I've never seen it. I don't know the ending. I know nothing. So let's just, before you write that comment, that I make a mistake on a certain character name or something like that, I'm sorry. The Color Purple. Released in 1985, directed by Steven Spielberg. So after Spielberg made Temple of Doom, I mean, like I said in my last video, the man was on a high. I mean, he is everywhere. He is the biggest name known to man. He has made major blockbusters, 2 Indiana Jones movies, E.T., Jaws. I mean, he was everywhere. Then he decided to make a biopic about 1909 to 1937 of the tragic tales of slavery and just terrible things that happened to African American black people back then. It was just basically not a Steven Spielberg movie, and he was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it because I'm that good of a director, and I'm gonna go do it. This movie released in 1985, and it was nominated for 11 Academy Awards, and of course, was not nominated for Best Director, of course, because Spielberg once again got snubbed. But like I said in the very beginning of the video, I've never seen this movie until now, and basically the storyline is the main character, played by Whoopi Goldberg, is a woman who is put into a terrible household after her father basically gives her away after she gives a baby, and then just has to get pushed out of her house, put into this home who is owned by Danny Glover, who is this terrible, despicable human being who beats her, rapes her pretty much, and makes her take care of like 8 kids of his that are just running around a mess. It's a tough situation. She gets completely pulled away from her own sister that she loved dearly. She's pushed away. She hasn't seen her sister in so long, and she meets friends and has to battle through terribleness just to survive. So, like I said, I've seen a bunch of like documentaries and History Channel. I mean, I went to high school, so I know a lot about like the history of slavery and all that kind of stuff, but I'm not the best with it. So I don't know like every detail of every detail. But just me watching this film, guys, I bawled my eyes out. I'm gonna be honest with you, I just got done with it. This review is gonna contain spoilers. I'm gonna go ahead and be honest. The movie came out in '85, so it's been a while since it's been out. This movie made me bawl my eyes out, hands down. First things first, Spielberg, how did he not get nominated for Best Director? You give 11 Oscar noms, not winning a single one to this movie, but you don't give a nomination to Spielberg. I mean, he got nominated for Best Picture, but you don't give it to Spielberg. I'm sorry, it's wrong. Spielberg, this is so amazing, especially watching this movie because it's so different from his other movies that it just felt very odd. I can't imagine being at the time like thinking, wow, Spielberg, the guy who did Jaws, is gonna go do this biopic drama movie? Like, what is this? Like, what? It's a drama? What is this? I mean, guys, it is such a heartfelt but disturbing and disgusting story at the same time, with some of the best acting ever. Whoopi Goldberg, man, she should have won Best Actress that year. I looked it up, man, and this was her first role, first movie. Whoopi Goldberg deserved the Oscar. This is amazing. I've seen Whoopi Goldberg today. She's a funny person. She won an Oscar for Ghost. I've seen that movie, but I've never seen this movie, and now I know what her best performance is. It will always be her first movie, and she is amazing. So is Oprah Winfrey. She was nominated for an Oscar as well. She should have won, or her or the other woman who I can't remember her name, actress name, but she is really good in this movie. Oprah brings it, and her character is so devastating what she goes through and what she gets put through. It's so sad, especially with where she gets put into this home of these people who she can't drive. This old lady can't drive, and she's forcing Oprah basically to stick with her so she can just drive. So she gives her a day to come meet her family on Christmas Day. She can't even get out of the parking lot, or not parking lot, like out of the house area without crashing into things. And Oprah has to leave her family that she hasn't seen in 6 years just to drive that freaking bitch home. And man, it makes me mad that this crap really happened back then. It pisses me off. I feel so bad for these characters. And again, I say biopic, but I don't really know if this is based on true story. I know it's based on like a book, whatever. It's based on a book, a famous book. Again, I've never even read or heard of, basically. But like I said, this story, I mean, seeing Whoopi Goldberg's character, what was her name, Sadie or something like that? I can't remember her characters. I'm bad with characters' names. But she is so good, and you pull for her character, and it's so good. And speaking of good acting, Danny Glover, man oh man, he is a despicable, disgusting human that you hate this entire movie. But that means he was doing a really good job acting. He did a really, really good job. I mean, all the acting is really good. The cinematography is beautiful. There's literally frames. It's like art in motion. It is literally, this frame is like, that is a portrait somewhere. I mean, there is beautiful framing images in this movie, and it's so well directed. And the music, which is not done by John Williams. I didn't know that. I thought he did all of his movies. I know there's like Ready Player One, he knew that one, but there's like one or two others, or I didn't know that. But no, he didn't do this movie. Quincy Jones did this movie, and the music is still freaking amazing, even without John Williams. I love the music of this movie. It gives it the old-timey vibe of it, and the old like Christian music vibe to it, and I loved all of it. I really appreciated like just the production design, the costume design, everything. It just felt right. The movie is 2.5 hours long. If I have any little issues, I guess at the very end there was like 3 or 4 times I was like, okay, this is the ending. Okay, no, this is the ending. Okay, no, this is the ending. So there's like, I guess those tiny little moments is my biggest issue really. But the ending scene when she gets to meet her sister once again had me bawling. I mean, it was so sad, and we got to see her son and daughter, and they got to say mama and dad, and I mean mama to her. I was like, this is so good. And what's crazy too, critics criticized that back in 1985. They said like it was too sentimental, and to me, like, I'm sorry, I liked it. I like sentimental stuff if it's done right, and to me it felt right. It felt very great to see her reunite with her children that she never got to meet. She got to reunite with her sister. Like, it felt good. The music was perfect. The editing, the cinematography, and just I really just I loved it. I'm gonna give The Color Purple an A. For a first time watching it, I really just loved the acting, the cinematography, the directing, the music. I was really invested in the story, in Whoopi Goldberg's character and Oprah's character, all of these characters. It felt good to watch certain scenes sentimental. Obviously, there's some scenes that feel awful, like the very beginning scene with the daughters get taken away. Such a just disgusting scene, and it's just so bad, whatever. But overall, I really just loved the craft of this movie. I like the story very, very much. Now, the next review I will be reviewing tomorrow is Empire of the Sun. Very excited to talk about that movie. Haven't seen it in a long time, so I'm very excited to watch it. Anyway, guys enjoy this review, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye, guys.